This is why Nicki Minaj looks like such a bad person. Points. Because she's defending her position from the position.
To say, but Nicki Minaj has been a target again at her own home. The news just broke out about this man that decided to
tripping. But what are the odds that the woman who Nicki Minaj and the woman who up Rihanna's house?
Nicki Minaj is back in the spotlight after a terrifying incident someone allegedly attempted to break into her home in the middle of the night. Now 50 Cent is weighing in, drawing eerie parallels to a past situation involving Rihanna and raising serious questions. According to 50, there may be deeper connections behind these events, and he's subtly pointing fingers toward Jay-Z and Roc Nation. Both Rihanna and Nicki have had ties to Roc Nation. Rihanna remains connected through management, while Nicki has publicly clashed over a disputed equity deal, claiming Jay's owes her over $100 million. That unresolved tension has fueled speculation for months. Meanwhile, 50 Cent hasn't backed down. He's been openly critical of Jay-Z, Beyoncé, and Roc Nation for decades, and now he's doubling down by supporting Nicki when much of the industry has stayed silent. This situation raises bigger questions. What does 50 really know? And why are more people starting to believe Nicki could be the next target after what allegedly happened to Rihanna?
I love Nicki. She's from
Queens, right?
Yeah. Her damage comes from the same.
Let's start with what just went down. On April 1st, a man identified as Leland Adams was arrested outside Nicki Minaj's mansion in Calabasas after security cameras allegedly caught him moving around inside her property, not just lingering near the gate or walking past, but actually roaming the yard. Security reportedly ordered him to leave, but he refused, forcing them to physically detain him until deputies from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department arrived. What makes this situation even more unsettling is the timing. The arrest happened the same day Nicki was expected to release her album, raising eyebrows among fans and insiders. But it gets stranger. Authorities later confirmed this wasn't Adams' first run-in in the area. He had been arrested just 5 days earlier in Calabasas, released, and then quickly returned. This time, he allegedly crossed the line onto Nicki's private property. That raises serious questions. If someone gets arrested in a high-security, wealthy neighborhood, then comes back almost immediately and trespasses onto a celebrity's home, it suggests either a complete lack of fear or a deeper motive. Now here's where things take another turn. While it didn't make major headlines, insiders claim that 50 Cent privately reached out to Nicki right after the incident, offering support. And that matters because 50 has been vocal for years about what he sees as behind-the-scenes power plays in the industry. He's repeatedly called out Jay-Z, accusing him of influencing major decisions and controlling narratives through Roc Nation. At one point, 50 even claimed Jay-Z tried to block his appearance at the Super Bowl alongside Dr. Dre, all because of their public tension. Now, with this latest incident, those long-standing claims are once again being pulled back into the spotlight.
Because he was saying the NFL had an issue with me when I got 11 professional sports teams now, that I'm the official Champagne and Cognac of. And where's the hate there? Like, I don't understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you said that there was an issue. There's an issue because he was doing the program. He didn't want me to.
This is exactly what Nicki Minaj has been saying for a long time. She's repeatedly claimed that people were trying to harm her and even her family, but online many dismissed her concerns as paranoia. Now, with everything happening, some are starting to look at those claims differently, and the recent trespassing incident isn't the only case. Nicki has reportedly been targeted by swatting attacks for years. Back in June 2023, someone allegedly contacted Child Protective Services, claiming her young son was being mistreated. Authorities responded and showed up at her home while she was there with her child. Then, just a month later, another emergency call was made again, sending police rushing to her property while her family was inside. What makes this situation even more unsettling is that investigators later identified a suspect behind one of those false reports, a woman named Stephanie Bell. She was charged with making false emergency claims. Nicki even addressed it publicly, calling her out and stating that a warrant had been issued. Some fans have gone further, comparing her appearance to Ivana Ortiz, the woman previously linked to a break-in incident involving Rihanna, fueling even more speculation online.
Maybe I'm tripping, but what are the odds that the woman who Nicki Minaj and the woman who up Rihanna's house look alike? I could be tripping, but that is very much.
To be clear, no one is saying these are the same individuals or that there's definitive proof connecting these incidents. But when you step back and look at the pattern, a lot of people feel like the similarities are hard to ignore. Both Rihanna and Nicki Minaj have been targeted in unusual and unsettling ways. In both situations, the individuals involved were women, reportedly acting alone, each with some kind of personal grievance. On the surface, it may look like coincidence, but to many fans, the overlap raises serious questions. Think about it. What are the chances that two of the biggest female artists in the world, both connected in some way to Roc Nation, would be targeted in such similar fashions? It's a question that continues to circulate online, especially as more details come out. And in Nicki's case, this goes far beyond a single incident. She has publicly stated that she's been the victim of repeated swatting attempts over the years. Back in 2023, there were multiple false emergency calls made involving her home, including one that brought authorities to her property over claims involving her child. Then, just weeks later, another call triggered a heavy police response while she and her family were inside. These weren't isolated moments, they formed a pattern. Fast forward to April 2025, and yet another swatting incident reportedly occurred. This time, the caller didn't even use 911, but instead contacted a sheriff's business line, claiming suspicious activity involving individuals on Nicki's property. Once again, law enforcement arrived in force only to find nothing there. According to Nicki, these repeated incidents put her and her family, including her young child, in extremely dangerous situations, with officers arriving heavily armed based on false claims. In November 2025, Nicki spoke out again, saying her home had been swatted multiple times, with dozens of officers responding with weapons drawn. While she didn't directly name anyone in that post, she has consistently pointed fingers at Jay-Z and his company, Roc Nation, for what she believes are deeper industry issues affecting her. Part of that tension stems from a financial dispute. Nicki has claimed that Jay-Z owes her a significant amount of money tied to her early involvement in the streaming platform Tidal. When Tidal launched in 2015, she was among a group of artists who reportedly received equity stakes. But when the platform was later acquired, Nicki has said she was offered far less than what she believes her share was worth, alleging figures in the range of $100 to $200 million. She didn't keep those claims private. In mid-2025, she took to social media and directly called out Jay-Z, demanding that the situation be resolved. She also expanded her criticism to include Desiree Perez, the CEO of Roc Nation and a longtime business partner of Jay-Z. Desiree Perez is a powerful figure in the music industry, but her past has also been the subject of public discussion. Decades ago, she was involved in a major criminal case related to substance trafficking. Reports have stated that she later cooperated with federal authorities, which helped her avoid a longer prison sentence. Years later, in January 2021, she received a full presidential pardon from Donald Trump for that conviction. Nicki has referenced all of this while criticizing Roc Nation's leadership, suggesting that there are deeper issues behind the scenes. She has also shown support for individuals who have made claims against Perez, drawing parallels between their experiences and her own. All of this adds context to why some people are questioning whether recent events are truly random. When a trespasser shows up at Nicki's home shortly after she publicly accuses powerful industry figures of owing her massive sums of money, it naturally fuels speculation. Is it just coincidence? Or something more? Then there's the situation involving Rihanna. Reports have circulated about a woman named Ivana Ortiz being linked to an incident at Rihanna's property. What makes that detail stand out is that Ortiz has reportedly been involved in legal action connected to Live Nation, which is the parent company of Roc Nation. Again, none of this proves a direct connection, but the overlap is enough to get people talking. Two global artists, two unsettling incidents, both tied in different ways to the same major company. Rihanna, for her part, has largely stepped back from the music industry in recent years, focusing on other ventures and keeping a lower profile. Nicki, on the other hand, has remained outspoken, continuing to raise concerns and call out individuals by name. So when you line everything up, the repeated swatting incidents, the trespassing arrest, the financial dispute, and the broader industry tensions, it creates a narrative that many find hard to ignore. Still, it's important to separate verified facts from speculation. While the timeline and connections may seem suspicious to some, there is no confirmed evidence publicly linking these incidents to any coordinated effort. But the questions remain. Are these truly isolated events involving unrelated individuals, or is there something deeper happening behind the scenes? That's where the conversation stands right now, and why so many people are watching closely to see what happens next.